Nomee does something really remarkable. And as I get into what will just need to be a very brief demo, you'll see immediately why. Nomee makes, for the first time, the basic unit on the social web a person instead of a website. If you're like me and you start the day by checking LinkedIn and Flickr and Twitter and Facebook and all the rest, you'll see why it's so powerful. Nomee lets you start to follow people instead of websites, and it will change the way millions of people use the social web. And you saw it here first. So let's take a look. This is the Nomee application, and Nomee is a powerful little application that harnesses the power of the whole social web. And it lets you follow people, not websites. When I sign into Nomee, I see two things. On the right, I see the Nomee dashboard, and in a moment we'll talk a lot more about that. But on the left, I see the Add Friends window. And the Add Friends window is how I come into Nomee and bring my friends into Nomee. Now, when I say bring my friends into Nomee, I want to make really clear right at the beginning, Nomee is not a social network. You don't have to spam your friends. In fact, your friends don't even have to be on Nomee in order for you to use it as a powerful tool to sort out a lot of that noise and spam that Alicia is concerned about and asked about right toward the end. Anybody that you follow on the social web, you can use Nomee as a filtering tool and a control tool, whether they're on it or not. Let's take a look. I'm going to click on Add Friends from Twitter, and Nomee is going to ask me one time to log on, and I'm at Mitchell Savage on Twitter. And there's an option to send a tweet out that I'm using Nomee. Of course, everyone already knows that, so I'll uncheck the box. Then Nomee opens up a window that has all my Twitter friends on it already, and not only that, but all my lists. And I can pull these into Nomee very simply just by clicking on the Add button. I'll put in, let's see, Jessica Nunez, because I follow all the big important pundits. And I'll pull in iJustine, a Jessica Nunez wannabe. And let's see, Mike D. Merrill, and I won't go off on the Bank of America tangent because I don't have time to apologize, but I like my comedians on Twitter. And of course, the Phoenix Suns, a big tech leader in the NBA when it comes to social media. Joe Seabach I like. He's sort of the bad boy of professional gambling. There's Gary Vaynerchuk on Nomee. And I can also search as well. And it will say, yeah, I knew I followed Chris, and so instead of scrolling to him, I can bring him up that way. I've got a few people appearing over here in my Nomee dashboard. Now, you'll notice some red bubbles are coming up, and that's an alert. It tells me that if I open this card, the card is the basic unit in Nomee, and this is a card I created just now on iJustine by pulling her in from my Twitter fellowship. Now, it tells me that she has tweeted 20 times since the last time I checked her out. Of course, I can click on this link, and it'll pull up a browser, and I can consume that content in the browser where I normally follow on Twitter. Or if I want to, I can just click on the news stream, and all that content appears right here inside of Nomee. So Nomee, right off the bat, is a pretty powerful Twitter client, but hang on, it's way much more than that. And inside Nomee, I can reply to this tweet, I can retweet, but in addition to all that, I can also, instead of just retweeting on Twitter, I can share this content on dozens of different sites. Most of the social aggregators out there are ambitious to follow maybe 3 or 4 or integrate with 3 or 4 different sites. Nomee integrates with over 140 different sites, growing all the time. So I can share this content on any of these sites that I want to. So right away, Nomee is a really excellent Twitter client, but wait, there's more. If I click on, we're not even near the paring knives. Once I click on the Add More Sites button, I get a search window, and when I click on Go, it goes out and it searches the entire social web for the more than 100 different sites that Nomee integrates with, and it finds iJustine on all of those different sites. As you can see, even on a wireless internet, it takes about 8 or 9 seconds, and once it completes that, I will click on the Save button, and what it will do is pull all those social streams into the one place where I can follow all that content without going to all those different sites over and over. I'm going to go ahead and click Save. It looks like it's a second from the end. And when I do, you'll see that now I have a Nomee card on iJustine that's populated with all her social streams, and it's starting to update and look all throughout the social web and say, hey, she's updated content on Flickr. Hey, she's updated content here as well on FriendFeed and so on. So I am now following iJustine instead of a million sites. Instead of waking up in the morning and go to all those sites and looking for content, if I just want to see iJustine's pictures, I just open up her card. All of those streams now are aggregated here in the feed down below, and I can again click through to the websites to see them, or I can view them right here inside of Nomee just by clicking on them, and it will enlarge the pictures. It will even play the videos. If I go to one of her videos, there's iJustine. And all the content is served in the richest formats available on the internet. So it's like a portal to the social web that gives you X-ray vision and lets you start with the person instead of the website. Now, a lot of people use it in different ways. You can click through the websites, or you can consume the streams inside of Nomee. But instead of clicking on individual cards, there's another thing I can do. If I just click on the name of the group, then Nomee opens up a window we call the group aggregate feed, and it shows everyone in that group and all the services that they use and all the types of services that they use along with the content itself. Now you can imagine that we're asked often, how is Nomee different from social aggregators? And it's on this screen that the answer is the most obvious, because the social web, I think you'll agree, is becoming like drinking from a fire hose. And social aggregators are just a bigger fire hose, and the solution is worse than the problem. But Nomee gives me filters so I can choose my sips and consume the content on my terms. If I click on Chris Perillo, then this window becomes essentially just like Chris's card. But I can actually click on multiple people at the same time, and it will display the content side by side. So if I just want to check my starting lineup instead of the whole team because I'm busy that morning, I can do that. Or if I want to check everyone's content, but I just want to see the videos, I click on the videos, and it will show me all the videos that have recently been posted, and I can click on any one to consume that content. That's sort of a flyover of how to follow people on Nomee. And by the way, I showed you the example of Twitter. I can do the same thing with Facebook. I can pull in all my Facebook friends. This is version 2.0, and we started out with Twitter and Facebook, and there'll be more coming as well. Next up, there's another thing that I can do. But wait, there's more. There is the Post tab inside of Nomee, and from inside of Nomee, I can say I am speaking with the, let's see, pound SMC Dallas, and choose where I want to publish that, say Twitter, and then when I click on post, it sends that post out to Twitter, and if I go to my Twitter page, you'll see that it's instantaneous, and that's my last tweet that will show up, speaking with Dallas Social Media Club. Okay, now, are you ready? Get your gee whiz sound ready, because here's the cool part. Let's upload a photo through Nomee. Here's one. I'm just going to drag this photo into Nomee. I can put a comment here, and I can put it on Twitter and Facebook at the same time, or just Twitter, whichever I want to do. Nomee's asking me to authenticate to Facebook, which is easy. I'm not going to stop during the demo to do that. I'll just go ahead and post that to Twitter just about like that. And when I go back to my Twitter, thank you. So when I go back, if I just refresh my browser, you'll see I've got the link and the comment up there as well. So that's how to follow and how to post on Nomee. But wait, there's more. Now, I'm going to log out of this imaginary user and log in as myself so you can see a more populated Nomee for just a moment. That's not really my email address. I'm mitch@mitchellsavage.com, but you'll have that when you get my Nomee card. And when I log in, you'll see my actual Nomee. Of course, the Add Friends window comes up to help me if I want. There's another way to use Nomee. I already told you on the Follow tab that your friends don't have to be on Nomee in order to use Nomee, and that makes it very, very useful. You don't have to spam your friends or draw them in. However, once I am on Nomee, I can use Nomee to publish myself. There's a second way to create a Nomee card. I can create it and send it out to you. I do that with the Share tab. And not only that, but I can have different personas, because I want, say, my business people to see my LinkedIn and my blog and so forth. I want my family to see that other my Facebook and my Twitter, or my pictures and so forth. So I can have different persona. And it's just this easy. If I open up one of the different Nomee cards that I've made for myself, all my information is in there, but only the ones that are checked are going to appear on this card. Same thing with the websites. They're all in my personal vault, but they only show up if I've checked them. So if I click preview, you'll get to see what this card would actually look like once I send it out to you.